welcome back and welcome if you're new. Olivia here with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I cannot wait to share with you 60 DIY Dollar Tree Christmas decor crafts and decorating ideas. So this is another video in my huge I Love Christmas series. You guys, we are having the biggest jamming out Christmas party on my channel with a ton of crafty Christmas DIYs, decorating, cleaning, cooking, baking. You guys, you name it. I love to get ready for the holidays, and I love to share with you guys how to do it on a teeny tiny budget. So without further ado, go ahead and plug in your glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting.
So I found this Sleigh winter decor piece on the Pier 1 website, and I knew we could replicate it using Dollar Tree supplies. So for the first Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just going to take one of those Dollar Tree sleigh signs and then some of this Waverly white chalk paint. I gave this sign 2 coats of chalk paint front and back in case I put it in front of a mirror. And then I added a huge dollop of hot glue, and then I'm just adding some of those little Dollar Tree evergreen pieces. They come in a pack of, I believe, 10 or 20, and they're just long evergreen branches. I just hot glued 3 of them, and then I hot glued 2 more on top of the first 3 just to kind of gather them and look like they're more of like an evergreen piece. And they hot glue on fairly easily as well. Once I have my evergreen on, I'm going to add a generous amount of glue, and then I'm just going to add this cute little Dollar Tree bow that I tied. This is just with that Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, and I tied a bow and then kind of curled the ends, and then I'm adding some of those Dollar Tree pine cones. And then Dollar Tree in their ornament section has these cute little silver clips. I believe they come 3 to a pack, and then Dollar Tree has these little mini ornaments. I added some silver mini ornaments. Now remember, you guys can always customize this to suit whatever decor that you're decorating with. And then I decided to go ahead and add one of those Dollar Tree ornament bells. This white bell was just perfect for what I'm going for. And then I just used some of that chalk paint. Now there wasn't very much paint on the brush. You almost want to just kind of dry brush it, meaning there's not very much paint on the brush. And then I just kind of dry brushed the evergreen branches to kind of give it the appearance of it being more of like a flocked tree. I also dry brushed the little pine cones, and voila, here we go. How absolutely stunning. And this cost only a couple of dollars to make versus the $24.99 version, and I think it turned out fabulous. Here it is with my new setup with this mantelpiece. I cannot wait to share with you guys more on that. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree silver sparkling reindeer signs, and then I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid men's scarves, and I'm just going to hot glue all the way around the entire scarf. And I just hot glued the entire scarf to the deer, and then you're going to cut the scarf out. So here's one side, here's how it should look. Now I did go ahead and add the scarf to both sides. That way, in case I put it in front of a mirror, I will have a nice finished side on both sides. And then I'm just taking some of that Dollar Tree nautical rope, and I'm hot gluing the nautical rope all the way around the entire deer to kind of trim it out, because there was a bit of a rough edge. Now you all could use lace or pearls or whatever suits your fancy and however you're decorating. And here is how it should look on both sides. And then I did want to go ahead and take some of that Waverly chalk paint, and I'm just going to chalk paint the top head part of the deer just to kind of dazzle it up a bit. Now you could have left it silver. This step is definitely optional, but I am going for kind of that shabby chic rustic glam look for this. So I did add some more nautical rope around the little neck of the deer, and then I'm adding just some little pieces of evergreen, and then you guys can see I added a giant jewel to the neck of my beautiful deer, and then I even tipped the edges with a bit of white paint on that greenery, and here she is all fabulous and sparkling and ready to go. I do want to make another one, so in case I put them on either side of my mantle or Christmas tree, they would be absolutely perfect, and they would also make a really nice large ornament if you're decorating a huge oversized Christmas tree. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to make a beautiful poinsettia flower using Dollar Tree wired ribbon. So I'm taking and I'm cutting 7-inch strips, and you want to go ahead and cut 5 of those strips. And then you're going to take the edges and you're going to fold them into a triangle and scissor cut them in an upward direction. Be careful if you're doing this with your kiddos. Make sure you have somebody help them with the scissors. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of the ends of my poinsettia, and then I'm going to fold my poinsettia in half, and you kind of fold it like a little paper airplane. So you fold it in half, and then you're going to fold each little edge back, and it's going to make this pretty little kind of point. And then I just took a pipe cleaner, and to hold it together, I just pipe cleanered it. And then again, I did more of these. So I just fold them in half, and then you fold them back on each side one time. And I just use the pipe cleaner to hold them together. I know some people are able to make them and hold them with their hand and also do the folds, but not me. That would have made my hands really tired. So I just went ahead and kept them together. You could also probably use like a little clothespin to hold them together as well. So just continue to work your little poinsettia ribbon pieces. So again, you're just going to fold them in half and then fold each little edge back. So fold it in half and then fold that little edge back and pinch it in the center, and do that same process with all 5 of your ribbons until you get all 5 of them done. And then once you have all 5 of them done, you can go ahead and pinch them all in the center and tie them off with a little piece of pipe cleaner or wire or string or whatever little bits and bobs you have on hand. You're going to trim that off, and then I had some extra nautical rope, so I just tied the nautical rope around the center of my poinsettia to kind of go with this little rustic glam chic look that I'm going for. And I hot glued that to the back, and then you're just going to take your little baubles. I chose some little Dollar Tree pearls, and I hot glued a pearl to either side of my nautical rope, and voila, there you have it. And you can put it with a little pin on the back or a clip or however you're going to use it. I think these would be super gorgeous to add to a gift, to make for ornaments, and they're so inexpensive, and it's a great way to use up some scrap ribbon that you may have. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take and I'm going to chalk paint several books. I actually got these books free at my thrift store. They have a free section, and these books were very tattered and even like dirty, so I had to clean them fairly well. And then I just took and I started chalk painting them. So I added 2 coats of chalk paint to each book, and I chalk painted all sides, including even the little papers of the book. So these books were probably going to be tossed, so I promise no books were harmed in the making of this DIY. And now I'm just going to take the books and I'm going to stack them together, and then I'm going to take a piece of that Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm just going to wrap it around the book and then just hot glue it, the ribbon together in the back after I trim it off. This is so easy peasy, and it's a fun little way to add a decor piece to your holiday. And then Dollar Tree is selling these little galvanized kind of metal pieces, so I chose this Believe, and I just went ahead and hot glued that on top of the ribbon. And then I took some of that Dollar Tree evergreen and I'm just gonna hot glue that to the top. And then Dollar Tree carries these birds in their ornament section, and then I just added in some of that pretty Believe silver ribbon kind of tied in a little loose bow, and then some pine cones. And I think this is absolutely fabulous. I think that this is so beautiful and perfect, especially if you want to do a centerpiece because it's fairly low to the ground. And then I just took some white chalk paint and kind of edged my little pine cones, my bird, and the little evergreen pieces, and voila, here we go. We have a very fabulous Believe little book setting, and it makes a great spot too. It kind of held up that star, as you guys can see the little star balancing in the background, so it's kind of a nice piece to add in to really any Christmas vignette. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, this is kind of by request. I'm just taking an inexpensive thrift store ornament. You guys could use any ornament, and I'm taking some of that Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid scarf, and I'm just hot gluing this scarf in and around the entire ornament. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, and also if you guys need some buffalo check plaid fabric. I know Walmart is selling it fairly inexpensively, as well as Hobby Lobby if you guys need to find that pattern and you can't quite find the scarves yet. So you're just going to trim off the edges of your fabric at the top, and then I am taking and I'm tying it off with a pipe cleaner, and then I'm just adding some nautical rope kind of where that little seam was, and I'm just going to run some hot glue and nautical rope around the entire ornament, and that's going to kind of edge it out where there would have been a seam. The next thing I wanted to add to the top of this was just a bit of greenery. It does have kind of that funny edge at the top. Comment, let me know if you guys have a better way to trim out a round ornament. And then I'm just adding a cute little white bow. Dollar Tree carries white ribbon, and then I just add a little Dollar Tree snowflake. They come in packs in the crafting section. And there you have it, a very beautiful ornament that's going to tie in to some of your decor if you're using that buffalo check plaid. And remember, you can use really any scrap ribbon. These would also be wonderful done if you had maybe some old flannel as well. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I found this Pier 1 Imports star, and I believe it's $14, and I wanted to dupe that with this Dollar Tree wooden star. I found this wooden star in the crafting section of the Dollar Tree Christmas section, and I just decided to go ahead and paint it on both sides with 2 coats with that Waverly chalk paint, and then I added some Dollar Tree greenery and some little Dollar Tree pine cones. They're selling their pine cones in a package, which I thought was really wonderful because then they're kind of a smaller size and you can really use them in crafts really nicely. And then I just added one of those little silver doodads to the center, and then just some more bits and bobs. This is really just scrap greenery that I have left over. I love to try to repurpose and reuse almost every bit of scrap. Comment and let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about and your craft room looks like a disaster. Really not so much my craft room, but my craft stash. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add some Mod Podge to the front of this to kind of seal it off, and also to have something. I added a little bit of Epsom salt and glitter mixed together. I really wanted to give it that extra bit of sparkle and shine, and to be honest with you guys, I think this came out even nicer than the Pier 1 website one. I did tip the greenery again with some of that white chalk paint to kind of give it that frosted snowy effect. And how gorgeous are these all together? I was so crushing on this today. I really wanted to do a rustic, glamorous, kind of shabby chic, almost farmhouse-esque setting for you guys, and I'm hoping that I nailed it. Comment and let me know. As always, I love to hear what you guys have to say about my DIYs. I love to hear which ones were your favorite and which ones you'll be recreating. And here was a centerpiece we did a couple of DIYs back. I shared that with you guys, as well as how to decorate this Christmas tree that I have in my little crafting studio. And I cannot even tell you guys how excited I am to put up the Christmas tree in my living room and to do some more mantle decor. I don't even know how many Christmas trees I'm going to do this year. Right now I only have a couple planned, but the more I find at thrift stores, the more fun I think it will be. So definitely thank you guys for being here. And again, don't forget to comment and let me know which was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be attempting to recreate to suit your own style. And for the first Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a super adorable Santa hat wreath. So I'm just going to take one of those witch hat wreaths that I bought during Halloween, and I'm going to remove all of the tinsel, and then I'm going to take my scissors and remove the little clips on the edge, and then I'm going to take this red Dollar Tree deco mesh, and I'm just going to wrap the entire hat with the deco mesh. This did take one entire roll, and I kind of doubled it up as I went along, and then I hot glued at the base and then hot glued it at the top. Then I'm going to take some white Dollar Tree deco mesh, and I cut it in about 12 to 16 inch long pieces, and then I just made this little curl, and I ended up using 4 rolls of the white Dollar Tree deco mesh, and I made bundles of 2. So you're just going to roll them up into these little curls use a pipe cleaner and pipe cleaner them together, and that's going to give you a bunch of fluffy little bundles. And then you're going to take those bundles and you're going to just begin to attach them to the base of the witch hat wreath, and I attach mine in that little center rung. So on the ends of your witch hat wreath, you're going to apply 2 bundles, and then all throughout the rest of it, you're going to apply 4 bundles per section. Comment and let me know if you guys have questions on that. I also did a witch hat wreath for you guys during Halloween that was very similar, as well as a scarecrow hat wreath. So this is going to be super fun to make. I've kind of been prepping you guys for this, sharing with you guys that we're using the deco mesh and then also those little witch hat wreaths. And then you're going to take a little bundle and you're going to tie that to the top. And then I'm going to take and make a cute little candy stripe bow. I just had this bow left over from last season, so I'm making a little double layered Olivia bow. You'll just take and loop the ribbon over on itself and then twist tie it off. And then I'm going to use some of that mesh tubing. I thought would be super fun. I'm just going to kind of double it over on itself and make kind of like a little loopy bow, and then cut it with the scissors. And then I'm going to add that to the center of my little candy cane bow just to give it a little bit of dimension. I thought this mesh tubing was so super duper fun. I also did add a little bit of red ribbon and silver ribbon to the center of this, and then I did just apply the bow to the base of the little Santa hat, and here it is all sparkling and oh so ready for a Santa Claus visit. You can see these are so fun and actually fairly easy to make. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take one of those little Dollar Tree tins. I chose this red and white plaid tin. I shared it with you guys on my last haul, and then I'm just going to take one of those Dollar Tree white Christmas trees. I actually am going to use 2 of them, and I'm just going to put them together, and then I'm going to take the little limbs of them and kind of twist tie them around each other. That's going to make your Dollar Tree tree appear a lot fuller. And you guys know I love to totally go over the top, so I did decide to go ahead and add in some little curls of deco mesh. I used 2 rolls of deco mesh on this, so you're just going to take and curl it kind of like we did with a Santa wreath, twist tie it together, and then I just tie it either onto the branches or around the tree. And then I went in with some really pretty Dollar Tree poinsettias and some of that Dollar Tree red sparkling kind of zhuzh at the top, and just go ahead and go for it, whatever you're decorating for. You can see I also used some of the little Dollar Tree picks at the base of this. I added a little bit more foam, and then that gave me just a little bit more to poke into. So this is kind of like a Christmas tree slash centerpiece, I guess. I think it would also be really cute, maybe like on a little buffet table or just any little spot that needs that extra sparkle and shine. And these are super fun to kind of use whatever bits and bobs you have that are scraps laying around to tie into whatever theme you're going for. So for this theme today, we are definitely doing kind of a more glam Santa Claus theme with our little Santa Claus hat wreath over there to the back you can see, and then the little glam tree. And you guys can see I'm just adding in some more poinsettias, and then I did decide to use some of that scrap ribbon. I made a cute little bow at the top and just actually tied it on with the little evergreen branches. And here it is next to the rest of my little ho 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 Santa goodies. I'm going to share with you guys the rest of these DIYs. I thought these were fun. It takes kind of a whimsical approach and just adds that glam, sparkle, and shine. So we're going to use the top of that tin box. You guys, no scraps left behind. I'm going to use that ho 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 Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to add hot glue to the base of it and just add it to that little tin, and that kind of gives it a really pretty kind of fancy base. And then I'm going to hot glue these little trees. Dollar Tree carries a 2-pack of these white sparkling trees. So this really cost about $3 total. And how cute is this? Oh my goodness, this kind of little sign would definitely be about $10 to $12 at a TJ Maxx. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take this bling wrap. I actually got it off dazzle.com. I'll leave a link below if you guys are interested. They sell huge rolls of bling wrap and bling for super cheap. And I'm going to take and I'm going to cut it to size and then wrap it around this cute little Dollar Tree vase that we made in another DIY. I just used a margarita glass and E6000, one of their vases. So I flipped the margarita glass over, you guys can see, and then I E6000 the Dollar Tree vase to the top of that, and it gives you this really pretty kind of little candle vase setup. And so I just hot glued the bling wrap around the base of our little Dollar Tree candle vase, and then I'm taking this bling jewel. And if you guys buy packs of bling jewels for them, they end up being about $1 a piece for a 12 pack, about $1 to $1.50 depending on which ones you choose. So I'm just adding some hot glue to the front of this jewel, and then I'm just hot gluing it to the front of our base. And then Target Dollar Spot was selling these little sparkle and shine candles. They're just little battery operated candles. I popped that in. I did create 2 of these, and I thought it was the perfect addition to our little setting. And then I decided to glam up this super cute Dollar Tree nutcracker. How adorable is this nutcracker? But it really did need that extra zhuzh that you guys know I love, so I decided to add some bling wrap. Now, Dollar Tree also carries bling wrap if you guys just want to grab some there. This is kind of that silver diamondette looking bling wrap, and so I'm just hot gluing it to the base of the nutcracker, and it was just kind of 2 strands there if you needed a little bit of a guide to what size that ended up being. So I just hot glued it all the way around, and then I was really excited because I just already felt like with the bling wrap this nutcracker was definitely looking much more dazzling. And then I took some of the smaller little jewels. You guys hop into your jewelry chest. Maybe you have some broken jewels that this would be fun to use. And I just hot glued a little bling to the base and then to the top of his hat, and it looks like something you would find at Pier 1 Imports. Now the Dollar Tree nutcrackers are plastic, but I think they're very detailed, and as long as your guests aren't picking up your nutcrackers to make sure they're wooden, I really don't think it matters. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create this little glam bling deer setting. So I'm taking some of the Dollar Tree mirrored stickers. They have these in the stationery department, and then 2 of those little Dollar Tree canvases, and then 3 of their little Dollar Tree reindeer ornaments. And what I want to do is create kind of this mirrored stand for these deer. I actually shared part of this DIY with you guys a little bit back, but I had lost the footage on how I created the mirrored stand. So I'm just taking the little mirrored stickers, and you're just going to cut them to fit the size of your 2 canvases. And I believe I used 5 packs, and it almost covered the entire thing. But if you guys want full coverage, definitely get all 6 packs. And now you guys know I just kind of craft as I go and hope for the best. So I did just sticker them on, and I did add a little bit of sticker to the front of them, and then I did hot glue the 2 canvases together once I had the whole thing stickered. You would also add a little bit E6000 glue if you wanted even more security. So once my stickers were all on, I did hot glue those 2 canvases together, and now I'm just going to bedazzle and glam up my little reindeer. So I removed the original ribbon from the reindeer, and then I'm just using some Mod Podge, and I'm Mod Podging the top of the antlers, and then I'm taking some of that champagne gold glitter from Walmart. This is super fabulous for DIYs for Christmas time, you guys. I definitely think Christmas is the perfect time to go go for it with the glitter. And then I did add some hot glue, and I also did add a dab of E6000 glue to the base of my reindeer. So the hot glue just helps them hold temporarily, and the E6000 glue helps them hold in a much more sturdier kind of glass glue way. And then I decided to add a Rudolph red-nosed reindeer with one of those Dollar Tree pom-poms to the front of my little reindeer. And then I did go ahead and take some of that Dollar Tree bling wrap, and I added some pretty little gold collars. So I just hot glued around the neck, and then I added the bling wrap. I trimmed it off, and then I did add some bling wrap to kind of connect them. So I added more hot glue, and then I just did one strand of bling wrap on each side, and then connected them as if they were connected, like, you know, Santa's reindeer, ready for Rudolph to lead the way on a Merry Christmas. So once I was finished adding that bling, I decided to go around the base of my reindeer, kind of where the hot glue and the E6000 glue were, and I added some Mod Podge and then some Epsom salt to kind of make it look like my reindeer were kind of in the snow, but it also was covering some of my work. And then I went ahead and added some little white evergreen to the back where I didn't quite have enough stickers to cover my entire little mirrored canvas. So I just added some evergreen and then some of those Dollar Tree gold picks and then some white berries just to kind of glam it up, you know, something you would see at a more high-end home decor store. Again, this almost could be really a centerpiece if you all wanted it to be. I feel like it came out so gorgeous. I was also so happy to find that lost footage for you guys. Sometimes, I don't know, my computer's kind of wacky. So here it is all together. So this is like a traditional kind of whimsical peppermint theme added in with loads of glam and sparkle and shine. As always, you guys definitely have to let me know which was your favorite DIY in this series and which one are you recreating. I would love to hear your feedback. I think this Santa hat is so cute, and I think I even want to do it with some other colors. So just remember, any of the DIYs you guys see me create, you can always customize them to suit your colors for your home decor. I found this wreath on the Pier 1 website. It was $59.99, and I just knew that we could replicate it using some Dollar Tree supplies. So I'm starting out with this Dollar Tree wire wreath form, and I'm just going to wrap it with some of this white scrap ribbon. I've also done a similar wreath like this, and you can use the Dollar Tree automotive cloth as well if you don't have any white ribbon. I found this at the thrift store. And then I'm taking some ornaments that have been used multiple times, and I'm just going to hot glue them to the center wire part of the wreath form. Again, don't worry about the hot glue showing because we're going to use some bling wrap to wrap in and around the ornaments to kind of hide any of your work. So I ended up using about 2 sets of ornaments. I believe they come 10 to a pack, and these are kind of this champagne gold color, but you guys can use whatever ornaments you love. So here is how it should look once you get the first 2 rows glued on, and I just glued the first 2 top rows. And then I'm taking some bling wrap. I got this at totallydazzled.com, and I will leave a link down below for you guys. So I'm just going to hot glue the end of the bling wrap, and also you guys check the Dollar Tree crafts section because they do have bling wrap as well. So I'm just going to hot glue in between the ornaments, and this is really going to begin to hold those ornaments together even more. And I am using a high temp hot glue gun. I've tried to do this before with the low temp glue gun, and it's kind of tricky. Just be careful, try not to burn yourself. And then I'm taking the bling wrap and I'm looping it through this bottom part, and then I'm going to take some of my smaller Dollar Tree ornaments, and these are just little white ones, but just use whatever you guys have on hand, which is kind of what I did. And then I'm using some of the Dollar Tree mini ornaments, and then I just looked in my craft stash. I had these little silver clips. You You can also find these in the Dollar Tree ornament section, the little clips. And then Dollar Tree also sells like little gold party beads. These I found at a thrift store, but I'm going to use these beads to really hide some more of my gluey work. So you're just going to hot glue them and kind of wrap them in and around the ornaments. This really is an extra step, but it makes it look so gorgeous. And also thank you guys if you have some little strands of pearls in your craft stash, which I know they sell at Hobby Lobby. I've also found them at my thrift store. That would look really pretty as well. I just grabbed the gold because this is kind of what I had on hand, and so I'm just going for it with this. But you're just going to hot glue in between all of the ornaments, and this should get everything on there really nice and secure. And then I'm going to go in with these pretty Totally Dazzled.com little jewels. They sent me a pack of jewels and they're really inexpensive. They're about $1.50 each for a whole pack. I think $15 for about a pack of 10. So anyway, I added a couple of jewels, but also think about scrap jewelry that you have, maybe a broken earring or just some little scrap bling you can pop into this, and I'm absolutely over the moon in love with this. To be honest with you, I think we may have done even better than the Pier 1 wreath. Let me know what you guys think. This one was super fun to make. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to be doing a repaint on this Happy Holidays Santa sign. I think this Santa is really cute, but I wanted to share with you guys how you could really glam him up and make him more of a neutral Santa. So I'm just going in with some white chalk paint, and I'm going to chalk paint everything on him that is red. And this only took about one coat. So once I had everything pretty much painted the color that I wanted, I went in with some Mod Podge and I just Mod Podged over the white paint to kind of keep it on there a little bit better, but also to add some glitter. You guys know I love my extra sparkle and shine. Now, of course, this step is optional, but I just really thought Santa needed that extra kick it up a notch. And so here's how it should look if you go ahead and add some glitter. I just used some glitter from Walmart. And then here is some blush pink apple barrel craft paint that I got at Walmart, and I'm just going to go in and paint his little poinsettia flower this pretty pale pink. Now think about this, you guys, paint the little flower or the little accent pieces on this sign whatever colors that you're using for your holiday decor, and you could even make Santa pink with a pink Santa suit. I was just going kind of more for neutral with this one. I want him to fit into pretty much any decor that I have, so I wanted to really glam him up, and so I added some hot glue and then some bling wrap to his little belt, and then I added a little sparkling jewel. Again, I got these at totallydazzled.com. I'll leave the link below for you guys. And then I forgot about the little holly berry up top, and I decided to add some glam bling to the holly berry and also to the center of the poinsettia. And then I just used some bling glam wrap to hang with, so I just kind of pushed that through either little spot and then hot glued it to the back, and I think he came out absolutely so adorable. I think this was a great repaint. Comment and let me know if you guys are going to be doing any repaints with this sign, and if so, what colors do you think would have been absolutely adorable for this Santa? I think he's looking super fabulous for this though. Okay, so for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I actually had this Santa left over from a couple of years ago. Dollar Tree sells these Santas, and they do have white Santas, but they sell out really fast, so I decided just to chalk paint his hat, and then I added some Mod Podge and some more glitter to the top. And then I took one of those little Dollar Tree bows and I just clipped it onto his hat where I cut the holly leaf off. I added a little bit of hot glue just to kind of secure it on there a little bit better. And then of course I couldn't resist adding some junk jewelry to the center of the bow, you know, just because he needs that extra razzle dazzle for this glam setting. And how cute does this Santa look? This is definitely something you would see in more of a high-end boutique store and secret secret. It only cost us a couple dollars to make. I have him sitting on top of a cup, but he would be great for a Christmas tree. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create kind of Victorian style kissing ball with the large Dollar Tree gold ornament. And so I'm just taking some of this thrift store ribbon and I'm running the hot glue down one side and then pulling the ribbon over and then running it down the other side and then adding ribbon to that side. So basically what you want to do is you want to crisscross your ribbon, and then you guys can add whatever embellishments you love. I decided to add some bling wrap to this and then also some little greenery and jewels to the top. Now, my footage cut out on the finishing of this, but I will do another one for you guys, I promise. But this is how the end product looked. I just added the bling wrap, you guys can see, to the center of that first pink ribbon, some greenery, and then some little cute loops to the top. And then Dollar Tree sells those pearls, so definitely grab some of those, and then just some little junk jewelry brooches. I think it comes out fabulous, and I will be needing to hang this kissing ball so I can catch Mr. Romantic. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to do super glam Christmas tree. I'm starting out with this little Halloween bucket that I got during the fall time that I had painted, and then I just added some styrofoam and added 2 Dollar Tree Christmas trees. They're great to just double up on. That gives them a little bit more fluff. And then I'm taking one of those Dollar Tree baby blankets and I just kind of hot glue the baby blanket around the little tin, and then I added some chalk paint around the top of the little edges of the tree. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take a strand of fairy lights. You can find these at Dollar Tree or the Target Dollar Spot. And then I'm going to take some of that sparkling glam Dollar Tree tulle and I just cut it into strips and I'm just tying it on to the little fairy lights. And this is so fun. You guys could add all kinds of scrap fabric to this. I did want to keep this fairly just simple because I am going to be adding a lot of ornaments on top of this. I decided to go ahead and string it into my little tree. So the tree is adorable on its own. If you're going for a very simple look, you could definitely leave it as is. But of course, you guys know me. I had to go totally over the top with this and go super glam. So I'm taking the fairy lights first and I'm just working them in and around the little tree to kind of give it just that beautiful kind of whimsical feel. And again, remember, customize this to whatever colors you're using. And then I'm taking some of that Dollar Tree, it's just gold picks, and I'm taking some of it, adding it to the top, and then I'm adding in some of those scrap ornaments and then some beautiful Dollar Tree poinsettias that I had added some little pearls to kind of finish it off. I did have some extra gold beads, so I decided to just hot glue some of those little gold beads to the end of this beautiful Christmas tree, and I am absolutely loving how glam and sparkling and fabulous this is turning out. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is this looking? I did add some little junk jewelry to the top, and just think about all of the little fun goodies that you have laying around that you could add into your Dollar Tree Christmas tree to really razzle dazzle it up. So here it is going in with the Glam Pier 1 dupe wreath, which again was a bunch of scraps really that I had just kind of laying around. And then here is that beautiful little kissing ball ornament. Oh my goodness, I'm over the moon excited for this. You guys know I love to decorate with so many different themes, but I'm definitely doing kind of a rustic glam chic theme throughout my studio area and then probably into some areas of my home, and I cannot wait to start decorating for Christmas. It's coming in my home very soon, but as always, I ask you guys to comment and let me know what is your favorite DIY in this video. I love to hear what you guys have to say about my DIYs, and I love hearing your feedback. And then definitely let me know which ones will you guys be recreating? Which ones will you guys be trying your hand at? I just love to see all of your projects too that you guys have been posting on my Facebook group page and on Instagram. So totally, you guys keep up the good work. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take 3 of the Dollar Tree mini trees and then this silver spray paint. What I want to do is just spray paint kind of the tips of the Dollar Tree mini trees. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of a Mod Podge and chalk paint mixture. And I'm going to add that to the tips of the trees. I want to give these trees that really beautiful flocked Christmas tree look. And then I'm adding even just a little bit more glam by adding some glitter. And then I want to pop them into this little planter. I found this at the thrift store for $3, you guys. You could also use a little old toolbox or even a little crate. So I'm just popping the trees in with the stands on. And then I want to go ahead for the next Dollar Tree DIY. I want to razzle dazzle up their little red bows. So these are the large red Dollar Tree bows. I'm taking some buffalo check plaid ribbon. I found this at Hobby Lobby, but they also have it at Walmart, super inexpensive. And I'm just hot gluing at the front part of the bow and then onto the back. And so you could stop there if you wanted to, but I decided to make some tails on this bow. I thought it was a really great way to fancy up a bow. I haven't been able to find these bows for less than between $3 and $10 all fancied up. And for those of you guys that maybe are in a hurry or don't like to make bows, I think this is a great idea to fancy up your bow. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some tails to the bow by hot gluing the back of the ribbon, and then I'm adding 3 tails. So I added one to the side and then now one to the center. And I'm just going to take and dovetail my ends. So you're just going to cut upward in the scissor motion, and you're going to give that nice little boutique finish on your bow. And then I want to add one more tail. So I'm just hot gluing it and then dovetailing that in, and voila, you have an absolutely fabulous and gorgeous bow. And this to me is a very high end, something you would see at a TJ Maxx or at your more high end decor store like a Mackenzie Child. And really, we did it for only a couple of dollars, and it's going to be super easy to pop into a Christmas tree, a wreath, or even a floral arrangement. For the next DIY, I want to take some of that puny Garland. Dollar Tree sells it, and so does Walmart. I happened to get 50 foot at the thrift store for only $1, and so I'm going to take it and lightly dust it with this silver spray paint. I would actually probably choose a flat white spray paint for this, but silver is what I had on hand, and I thought it would kind of give it a little bit of a rustic glam chic look. And so you could stop there, but I did decide to go a little bit over the top and add in some of that Waverly chalk paint. I just chalk painted the tips of the little garland. Again, you could also get some of that snow flocking, but I've heard it's kind of toxic, and so I've really been wanting to try chalk paint on the evergreen, and I've tried it on a couple of things and it's really worked so far. So comment and let me know if you guys have done this. This was a bit of work, but I thought it came out really pretty and it gave it that really pretty snowy effect. So I'm gonna add it in to this planter where I started with the 3 little Christmas trees. Again, I really want to do a rustic glam chic kind of arrangement here, and so I decided to pop the bow in over to this one side of the arrangement, and then I just tied the little bow on into the center of the arrangement and then onto the other side. Now this floral is actually pretty big, so it would go more in like an entryway table, and then I added in some little thrift store red ornament balls, and then I also added in some silver sparkling ones as well, and I felt like that the Dollar Tree trees needed a little bit of fluff, so I just added some pieces of the garland onto the tops of the trees, and here is the entire arrangement. I think it looks absolutely fabulous, and you guys can find some really cute little candy cane ornaments at either Walmart, and Dollar Tree even has some candy cane round ornament balls. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take some deco mesh and just kind of quickly make a little bow. So I just looped the deco mesh over on itself, and then I'm going to tie it off in the center to secure it. I have also a little bow that I want to make to go into the center of the deco mesh bow. So I'm just going to go ahead and undo the deco mesh bow and then tie in the little black and white check buffalo plaid to the center part of that bow. What I want to do is really razzle dazzle up this silver bell. So Dollar Tree has these really large silver bells. I think they're great for ornaments and also for Christmas trees. I'm planning on using mine in my large Christmas tree. So far, I might also use it in my garland outside. So I'm just taking and dovetailing the ends on the little silver ribbon that was already on there. I left that on there just because it gives that little extra sparkle and shine. And then you want to go ahead and fluffy out your bow to make it super extra and wonderful. So once I had the bow added to the top, I did go ahead and add one more little tail for the other side of the ribbon just to kind of finish it off really nicely. And I do like to take my ribbon tails and just give them a little curl. This is wired ribbon, so that kind of helps it stay in whatever form you put it in. And I think it's looking super adorable, but I really felt like it needed a little something extra. So I did just go ahead and take some of that evergreen that we had sprayed and painted, and I clipped that off and put that in the center. And then I decided to take a little bit of ribbon and add that to the base of the bow. And as I was adding this, I really felt like this is what kicked it up a notch to kind of make it look more like it's something you would find at TJ Maxx or Home Goods or Pier 1 Imports. Now, the bells are plastic, so they're not super heavy duty, but I think they're really a great size, especially as a filler piece. I think they would also be really fun to add into a garland or a wreath. Really, the sky is the limit on this one, and popped into this adorable vignette on a little platter with some ornaments. I think it's just looking super cute and cozy and just absolutely perfect for that glam rustic chic Christmas. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I just want to make it a super easy table runner with these Dollar Tree scarves. So I'm taking 2 of the Dollar Tree men's scarves. They have them in this buffalo check plaid fabric, and on either end I just want to cut off the little scarf part. And of course I did save that because I'll probably use that for another DIY. And so I just want to take it and I want to hot glue these 2 pieces together. This is probably the easiest DIY under the sun. I'm going to use this in my entryway. I have a really long buffet table, and so I think it'll be just perfect. It's not super wide, but you can kind of pull it forward and then put your display back to the back. So here's kind of how I'm sharing it with you guys, where it's a little bit more pulled forward and then the planter box is more pushed to the back, if that makes sense. But it looks so perfect and it's so inexpensive. I know table runners can be so super duper expensive. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys that you can paint silk flowers. So these are just some silk flowers I had left over from fall time. Grab some paint. I have brush painted them before. I've also spray painted them. Of course, spray painting is quite a bit easier, but just go to town, give them some good coats of spray paint, let them dry, and voila, you have a brand new fabulous sparkling flower. I even did add some glitter to mine with a little bit of Mod Podge and glitter. And then I'm also going to take and repurpose this little fall bucket. I thought it was so perfect for fall in the copper color, but now I want to go for that silver glam winter wonderland look. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this into some styrofoam that I placed down in the bottom of my canister. And then I decided to add in some more Dollar Tree florals with this pretty poinsettia. And then I just decided I really needed some more silver in there, so I popped in some more silver. But of course I really felt like it needed more color, so I just had some random little picks here. Dollar Tree sells these wonderful glittering red picks, and then I popped in some larger poinsettias, and I just thought it was coming out absolutely gorgeous. I did have to play with it a little bit to get it right, just how I wanted, but here it is all sparkling and shining, and I think it looks perfect with this rustic glam chic decor. The silver and the red pop so nicely with each other, and then I really feel like that black and white is just so whimsical. It reminds me of Mackenzie Childs decor, which is very, very high end and very expensive, but we did this completely on a budget. So definitely comment and let me know, what is your favorite part of this DIY? I think it's even really cute with that little farmhouse tree that I shared with you guys. Definitely go check out that video too. But I love to hear what you guys are going to be crafting up. So let me know, what is your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating? I love to hear what you guys are up to. It just makes my heart sparkle and shine to see all of your beautiful projects you've been sharing with me as well. For the first DIY, I want to create a beautiful garland for my front door. So I'm taking these thrift store outdoor lights and I just wound them around my front door. I have some little nails up there. And then I'm taking this piece of thrift store garland. It's actually two odds and ends that don't even match that I just kind of connected together. And then I'm taking some Dollar Tree Deco mesh. I used one roll on each side of the garland, so 2 rolls total. I'm trying to use up the rest of my Christmas deco mesh, and so I'm just taking the evergreen branches and I'm twist tying them on top of each other and then pulling out about an 8 to 10 inch poof. And this does not have to be perfect. You guys can tell that I'm just kind of going along this garland and just kind of creating little poofs, but I really love over the top decor, and so I wanted to make this nice and full, and that deco mesh really helps. And then I found some silver garland in my stash, so I'm just adding the silver garland as well. So I used 6 rolls total on this garland, and then I'm going to go ahead and use some of that burlap. This is from burlapfabric.com. I do have a $5 off coupon code for you guys. It's the 4-inch wide burlap and then also some red ribbon and some striped ribbon. They have the best ribbon and it's very budget friendly. So I'm just attaching some of this ribbon, and it's actually left over from some of my fall time decor. I really love to repurpose and reuse. And now I'm taking one of those Dollar Tree bows. I'm attaching the Dollar Tree bows, and then I made some really big giant bows in advance, which is a really fun thing to do, is use some of the Dollar Tree bows underneath your big bows, and then you can just attach them on all sides. I used 5 giant bows for this garland. I am so in love with it, you guys. And so for the next DIY, I'm just going to take some shatterproof ornaments from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree also carries floral wire, so you just take the floral wire and you string it through your ornaments to create a little ornament bundle. And I'm going to use this to add into my garland to kind of offset those really beautiful ribbons. So once you have your little ornament bundle done, all you have to do is tie it on with that piece of wire that you strung the ornaments onto, and you have this beautiful little poof of ornaments that you can use to accent whatever garland you're working with. And then I did go ahead and add several bundles, and you can tell that I'm checking my door to make sure that that door isn't crash on top of the ornaments. And these honestly are ornaments that I found at the thrift store or at the Dollar Tree. Some of them are not shatterproof, so we'll see how it goes this season when that cold winter wind kicks up. And it just happened to be nice enough on this day for me to get out here, but I will admit, you guys, that my hands were freezing. So here it is in all of its glory. Oh my goodness, I am over the top in love with this garland. I added my Let It Snow snowman. It's a little DIY Dollar Tree wreath that we did. You guys can go back a couple of DIYs if you want to check out how I created that. But I just thought it looked perfect. And so for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys, I went ahead and trimmed back my mums. They actually froze. It got really, really cold here. And I'm just taking an evergreen branch. It's from an old Christmas tree. I found it free at the thrift store. And I'm popping it into either side of those mums. I trimmed the mums down to the base. And so the next DIY, I want to create an Olivia bow, I'm just going to take this burlap fabric and I'm just going to loop it over on itself. I believe this roll for 100 yards was about $15. And you guys can use my $5 off coupon, so you should be able to get a pretty good deal on this burlap. Now it is stringy, but I think that's the fun of it, and it makes it really rustic and fun. So just loop that ribbon over on itself, and then I cut an extra ribbon, and I'm just going to take that ribbon and tie this burlap loop together. So you just take it and you just kind of tie it in the center, and that's almost going to act as your pipe cleaner, but it's going to give you guys a couple of tails, which I felt like was a fun thing to do for this project. Again, you guys can see that this burlap did get a bit stringy, but I love that. I think it's super fun, and I think my cat is going to love it too. You can also pop one of those little Dollar Tree bows into the center of it, and I'm just using a pipe cleaner to twist tie it on, so it gives it a little bit extra length in the back. And these are the smaller Dollar Tree pre-tied bows, but I really recommend these if you guys want to have something to just kind of jazz up your decor. They're great to pop into anywhere and to kind of camouflage them a little bit. It's fun to just add different tails or add them into the center of the bows, or just add a little glam on top of that. And so I'm just going to make some more ornament bundles to go on top of these bows. Again, string them on to that wire, and then you can just pop them in. I popped this in to the little greenery piece that we did, and then I added a little candy cane, and I thought it was absolutely perfect to frame out my front door where I had those fall mums. And the mums are still back there. I don't know if they'll come back. They're probably gone by now, but they're trimmed back. So for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys how I created a really beautiful decor piece on my little bench here. Mr. Romantic actually built this for me. Again, I just used the rest of the lights that was on my front door, and then I'm adding in some more of those Christmas tree branches, and I just took some wire and wired them on, and then I'm just looping some burlap in and around those evergreen branches. Again, I'm going to create an Olivia bow. I ended up using 4 of these. This is such an easy bow because all you have to do is loop that ribbon over on itself, trim it off, and then cut another piece, and then just take that piece and tie it in the center, and that's going to actually give you guys 3 tails. And you guys may notice too that I love to dovetail my ends, so you just create a little triangle and make the end of those ribbons really pretty. It gives your project that boutique finish. So here is that garland all dolled up. You can see the lights kind of behind it, and then the burlap bows, and then a couple of those bright red Dollar Tree bows popped into them. I just tied them on the ends of this little bench, and I thought this just came out so fantastic and so festive and very easy, and it should be fairly weather resistant. A lot of this burlap I'm reusing from the fall time, so it's gone through all my fall weather too. So for the next DIY, I'm going to take one of those Walmart outdoor pillows. It was on clearance, and I'm going to take a Dollar Tree scarf, and I'm just going to wrap the Dollar Tree scarf around the length of the pillow. You could even just wrap it around the front, and then I'm going to totally cheat you guys, and I'm just going to safety pin this scarf to the front of this pillow, because for springtime, I want to be able to pop the scarf off and still be able to use my pillow, but I do want it to be festive and Christmassy. So this was my solution. I know everybody that sews is probably going to throw things at me, but I thought that this was great. It's only going to go on my bench. Nobody's going to use this pillow, so for decor purposes, hopefully it will stay together for the season. And then I'm just going to take some of that ribbon. This is a burlap and candy striped ribbon. It's a linen ribbon, and again, it's from burlapfabric.com. I love their ribbon, and it comes in big spools. I believe this is 10 yards, and so I'm just going to dovetail my ends. I tied a little bow and tied the ribbon around the scarf part just to give it a little bit of extra security, since it is just safety pinned on. You guys comment and let me know if you ever do wacky things like this. I created 2 of these, but these were basically so inexpensive. You could take any fabric that you have laying around, some ribbon, and voila, you have a brand spanking new pillow that's very festive for Christmas and absolutely precious precious and adorable, and I think it pops so nicely against the white of this bench. So for the next DIY, I'm going to take some more repurposed ribbon that I made into a bow, and I'm just going to tie it onto this broom. I dolled up my broom for fall, and I had to do it for Christmas as well. I added in some of those Dollar Tree shatterproof ornaments, and voila, we have a cute little broom. The next DIY, I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree planters that I had left over from spring and painted white. I added some rocks to the base of it so the winter wind won't pick it up and carry it away. And then I added a couple little Dollar Tree picks, some greenery, and this adorable Dollar Tree Merry Christmas truck. And I thought it fit perfectly in with my home for the holidays kind of rustic chic decor. For the next DIY, I'm going to take this thrift store lantern, and I popped in that Dollar Tree Santa ornament, and then I'm just going to create a really quick little Olivia bow here. I'm just looping the ribbon over on itself. I use burlap and that little striped ribbon. I want to create a little topper for my lantern just to really jazz it up and make it super festive. And just think, you guys can pretty much put any little ornament and Christmas tree or whatever little doodad. This one is a small lantern to just kind of make it festive. Add a bow to it to the top, and you guys have instant fabulous decor. So here is the lantern. There's Santa just peeking out. It says Merry Christmas. I love that. I love just the little subtle touches here, but then going over the top glam, of course, with my bow. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just going to take this Home for the Holidays large Dollar Tree sign. I added some burlap and some bow, and I hung it next to my front door. And this is going to give my theme for this year's Christmas is Home for the Holidays. My kiddos requested a really traditional red and green and just really happy Christmas, and I'm really going to give it to them. And I'm doing this on a budget, you guys. I love shopping at thrift stores and Dollar Tree for inexpensive, fun, easygoing home decor, and I am crushing on this front porch, you guys. And I do have some more decor outside coming up. We still have to decorate my bike and my mailbox, so definitely stay tuned. Now, as always, I ask for you guys to comment and let me know, what is your favorite DIY in this video? Will you guys be recreating any of these? I would love to hear what you're up to, and I love seeing all of your projects that you guys have been posting on my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook group page and sharing with me on Instagram. You guys, I just want to encourage you to totally keep up the good work. Crafting is so good for you. I know it's been healing for me just to craft and paint and glitter and glue, and sometimes it doesn't turn out perfect, but it's just so fun. And also you can get your kids and grandkids involved as well. For the first Dollar Tree DIY gift idea, we are going to create a candy bouquet. So just grab one of those Dollar Tree gift boxes, some styrofoam, some shish kebab sticks, ribbon, tissue paper, and some Dollar Tree candy of your choice. And then I have a hot glue gun and some scissors. I'm going to take the styrofoam. You find this in the crafts section. I'm just going to pop it into the box. It fit perfectly, so I didn't need to use any hot glue. And then I'm taking some of this Dollar Tree Christmas candy, and I'm just running a strip down the back of the candy and hot gluing the shish kebab stick to the candy wrapper. And then I'm just going to pop that in. And I want to start with the larger pieces of candy to the back of my arrangement. So you're just going to continue to hot glue these in. And I did go ahead and press these larger candies down to the base of the styrofoam so they weren't wiggling around. And I felt it gave them a little bit more stability too. And so I also added in this Godiva chocolate, which I thought would be so delicious, and then the peppermint bark, and then the Mike and Ike's. I kind of like the Mike and Ike's mainly for the aesthetic of the snowman. And then I'm adding in these little Santa goodies. Now these were foil wrapped, so I did end up having to add a piece of tape to the back to keep those on. And also, if you guys wanted to do these and just try out using some tape, that might work as well if you don't want to use your glue gun. Maybe you have little kiddos helping. And also you could reinforce the candy with tape, but they seem to stick on pretty well with the hot glue. I also got some of these mini size candies with the Twix and the Butterfinger and the Kit Kat. This is what my kiddos love, and I'm hoping to surprise them sometime, maybe either at Christmas or before Christmas. And then I'm just going to pop some tissue paper down into the front of the box because there was a little bit of a gap. And also, if you guys cannot find a cute box, you could always just take some gift wrap paper and wrap up a little gift box. I know I've been saving back boxes here and there, Uncrustables peanut butter and jelly boxes, and just different size boxes to use to wrap gifts for Christmas. But I think this is coming out adorable. Now, you guys know me, I love to repurpose and reuse. So the top of the box I wanted to make into an ornament. I thought that would be super cute. And Dollar Tree is carrying these cute little cards with the little car and the little gift packages on top. So I'm just cutting it out to fit on the inside of the box. And then I'm reusing that little burlap ribbon that was on the box. I'm putting that on the top. So this family, or my kiddos, whoever gets this gift, will go ahead and have a cute little ornament to go along with this. Now, I did just tape the shish kebab on to go into the center of this because I don't want to ruin the little ornament. And it could also just be a decor piece. And then I'm also taking the rest of that card and I'm cutting it up because it said home for the holidays. And what I want to do now is I just want to make a little personalized gift tag. I also took one of those Dollar Tree Christmas tree little red truck ornaments and tied it to the front with a bow. And I did add a little dab of hot glue underneath the bow to get it to stay. And then I decided to go ahead and add just a tiny bit more tissue paper just to kind of fluff it up because you guys know me, I love everything to be fluffy and over the top. And here it is. Oh my goodness, how fun is this? And just think, you guys can customize this to whatever loved one you're making this for, and it's just absolutely perfect and so fun. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create a little baker lovers gift basket. So I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree large mixing bowls and some baking goodies. I chose milk chocolate brownies. I'm just using some of that Dollar Tree crinkle paper to put in the base of it. And then I'm actually going to take my Betty Crocker brownies and I'm going to use some of this pretty Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid wrapping paper. And I'm going to wrap my brownies up just to make it look a little bit cuter. I really feel like this is a fun budget-friendly idea. Dollar Tree also carries cakes if you guys wanted to grab a cake and then gift wrap a little cake. I personally love to bake and I would love to receive something like this because I'm always needing new baking supplies and I have so many nieces and nephews that come over to my house for Christmas that love to bake. So I think that this would just be a fun idea. Also, this would be a great idea for somebody that has just moved into their new home or maybe a new apartment. And so I'm just going to take some of this tissue paper and I'm wrapping these little utensils up. I'm going to stick them down in this little Dollar Tree Deck the Halls, and the little utensils actually I got at Tuesday Morning, but Dollar Tree also carries utensils. I did pop in some frosting to go along with those brownies, and then I found this little Betty Crocker cookies cookbook. It was actually at the thrift store, and then I'm tying a little bow on those Dollar Tree cookie shape cookie cutters, and that's just going to kind of doll it up a little bit, popping that in, and now we have a totally ready little baker's goodie jar. And then I'm going to pop in this Deck the Halls towel. Dollar Tree is selling the cutest Christmas towels this season, and I really love to just really get it nice and full. And this is perfect because everything in here I love is very useful. So that makes me really happy to have a useful gift and also something fun that everybody could do kind of like as a little family craft idea. Now I'm just taking one of those little Dollar Tree paper straws and I'm tying a cute little bow on it, popping it in, and voila, you have a very inexpensive, fun, and budget-friendly something perfect for your family or for somebody that loves to bake or maybe is moving into their new house. I just think it's so adorable and it's very on trend with all of the buffalo check. For the next Dollar Tree gift idea, we're going to do a little hot cocoa cup of joy. So you're going to need a cute little cup from Dollar Tree. I chose this gingerbread cup and some hot cocoa. I'm going to empty it into a little sandwich bag, and then I'm going to pop some marshmallows in. I think this is very budget friendly and super fun. My kids are obsessed with hot cocoa, so we go through hot cocoa like crazy. I also think this would make a fun little teacher gift, grandparent gift, and the kiddos can help you with this. So you're just going to tie off the top with a pipe cleaner, and then you can go ahead and trim that top off. You may even want to add a spot of tape to the top so nothing flops out. And then you can take a little paper straw and one of those little Dollar Tree candy canes. You can go ahead and twist tie this up. And if you guys, even got a deal even cheaper than $1 on your mugs, you could make up several of these for very inexpensive. So I'm just going to take some gift tissue paper. This step is optional, but I thought it would make it look a little bit more festive, and then I'm going to pop this down in the center of the cup. I ended up only using one of the hot cocoa packets for 1 cup. I did try 2 and it was a little bit too big. And then I'm just taking this from the little candy package. There was like a little Santa to and from, and I'm repurposing that to make it into a tag. I'm going to tie a cute little bow on here, and then I'm also adding in the instructions how to make hot cocoa to the back of the tag, which is definitely something I would do if I was giving this to some kiddos so they know how to make their hot cocoa. And then I add a little gingerbread sticker. You find those at Dollar Tree too. And then here is your little cup of joy, or cozy cup, whatever you might want to call it. It's definitely going to bring some joy to whoever's day that gets this, and your kiddos or you could write a sweet little note. And sometimes you don't have to spend a lot to just warm somebody's heart, and also this is going to warm their tummy. You could also add in, if they don't care for hot chocolate, you could do tea or coffee or whatever special drink your favorite loved one likes. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create a girl's little gift basket, a goodie basket. So I'm just using some beads, this little candle holder, some scrunchies, some nail polish goodies, and some little bath stuff. So I'm going to take this sandwich bag and I'm just going to pop in these little cotton ball rounds. And then I'm also going to pop in a couple of Q-tips, and then I want to put in some nail polish. That way they can pamper their nails or just use those cotton rounds. Those are my daughter's favorite. And then I'm just going to add a little bow to the top of this. This was just some scrap ribbon that I had, and you can get all of these supplies at Dollar Tree. And then this little gingerbread container is also from Dollar Tree. I'm going to doll it up a little bit by using this tissue paper, and then I just took some of those pony beads and put them in a Dollar Tree organizer. The pony beads you guys can get at Dollar Tree, the craft store, Walmart. They're very hot right now. The girls are really into making the little bracelets. And then I'm just going to pop some hand lotion into the back of this, and then a face mask. My daughter loves face masks. And then some scrunchies, which are also all the rage. If you guys have girls right now, you know what I'm talking about. And then you have a really fun little gift basket idea, and these are really nice to have on hand because they cover a pretty wide variety of ages. And I know if you guys are like me, I always feel like I'm scrambling at the last minute sometimes for gifts. So it's fun to have some of these gift ideas already ready, especially if you know that people are going to be maybe popping by for Christmas, or you're going to need some last minute gift ideas. But here it is. I paired it with, of course, my pink Christmas, which I definitely want to share with you guys some more pink Christmas girly glam DIYs coming up for sure. But I thought this would be so sweet for a little girl. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY gift basket idea, I want to give a gift of comfort. So I'm going to use this Dollar Tree. This is actually just an Easter basket that I painted white and add a little gray paint to. I'm going to pop in this women's devotional Bible. You could also get a teens Bible to go in here. This is actually my Bible, but Dollar Tree does sell Bibles. And then a little journal. I feel like a lot of times people need some comfort during the holidays. This was a little thrift store find with this pretty little teacup and saucer. And then of course you guys need to have a special chocolate treat and then this little cross. You could also use one of the Dollar Tree mugs, which I'm showing you guys kind of a little different take on it. You could pop in some K-cups for hot chocolate or coffee, whatever your favorite somebody needs that's having this comfort gift basket. If it was my daughter, she would use that teen Bible and these Sour Patch Kids, and then this little cross ornament, which I thought was really sweet. And then I even found some pretty little lacy ribbon. Sometimes we just need a little bit of comfort, and I thought this would be perfect for somebody that may not be getting around or just needs that little bit of comfort. Or almost all ladies and guys need a Bible, some comfort and joy during the holidays. I think is just such a really nice thing. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I had to share with you one more candy bouquet, and this is going to be more for kiddos, for like little kids. So I found this really cute little playful Dollar Tree box, and for this one, I'm going to add in Sour Patch Kids, which the majority of all my kids like. Dollar Tree also has these cute little suckers, and then I'm putting a ton of little mini candies in here with gum and Kit Kat, Butterfinger, Twix. Just so many fun little goodies to pop into this one. It's similar to the one that we did at the first, except for it's kind of more playful and fun with brighter colors. So whoever you're making your candy bouquet for, just think about their favorite colors. I also popped in the little Let It Snow snowman ornament, and then I want to make another little fun ornament with the top of this box. So again, I'm just taping the shish kebab stick to the top of the little goodie. This is like some little penguins holding candy canes and playing and ice skating in the snow, which I thought was so adorable. I tied a little gold glitter bow to it, and you guys, this is bringing a smile to my face. So I just know that it would definitely bring a smile to someone's face, even a big kid at heart. I think this would be really fun for. And then here's some of the little Dollar Tree DIYs I've shared with you guys along the way. And then by special request, I did have a young man, I believe he's 10, request my banana bread recipe. So I'm adding that into this video. So little guy out there that was craving my banana bread, here's the recipe. Now that we've had a fun day of crafting, it's time to whip up some chocolate chip banana bread. I'm just going to use 3 bananas. I'm going to peel them and pop them into a bowl, and then I'm going to just go ahead and mash them really well. You want to mash up your banana really well, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 1/3 of a cup of butter, and then I'm going to add an egg. And you're supposed to go ahead and whisk this egg, but I completely forgot while I was filming to whisk it up, so I did just go ahead and pull a whisk out and whisk the banana and the egg together. It ended up working because the banana bread tasted great. So now I'm just going to add 1 cup of sugar, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla, and I want to go ahead and mix up these wet ingredients really, really well. Mix them until they're nice and smooth, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add 1.5 cups of flour, and then a teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt, and then you're just going to go ahead and mix that up. Now I just barely mix this, just enough to get it mixed up, and then I did grease my pan and add a little bit of flour so my bread doesn't stick, and then I added about 1/2 cup of chocolate chips to my mixture, and then I just mixed it just a little bit more, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven for 350 degrees for about an hour, but definitely check it because all ovens are a bit different, and it is so perfect. Oh my goodness. Now it does look nice and brown, and that's how I love it. I love it a little bit crispy on the edges, and check that out, you guys. I love that steam, and I added hot butter, and I'm going to tell you guys that Mr. Romantic was stalking the oven waiting for this bread to get done. So these 2 pieces were his, and he had that with a cup of milk, and then my daughter also enjoyed some, and I saved a piece for my son when he gets home. Oh my goodness, you guys are definitely going to have to try this, and I will link the recipe in the description box for you guys. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create these super adorable little gingerbread jars. So I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree gingerbread candle holders, and I'm going to use some wire cutters and I snip them off of their bases. And then I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree jars, some E6000 glue and my hot glue gun, and I'm going to add some E6000 glue and then some hot glue. That way the hot glue will help it hold on temporarily and the E6000 will help it hold on for a long time. And then I'm taking these little peppermint candy ornaments. You can find these at Hobby Lobby in a bundle and then you just cut them apart. Don't forget to use your 50% off coupon. And then I'm hot gluing these to the front of my little gingerbread. This step is optional, but I just really wanted to doll this up and make it look super festive and adorable. Now these are going to take about 24 hours overnight to dry to get them to set in really well. And then I'm just taking these hot cocoa Hershey Kisses. I found these at Walmart. They had hot cocoa flavored and peppermint, which I thought would be so perfect for a little hot cocoa bar. So here it is. Oh my goodness, how cute is that with the little candy canes? It looks like the gingerbread has hair on one side, so it's like a little boy on one side, and then the candy canes to me make it look like there's a girl to the right. You guys comment, let me know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. I didn't even notice it until I was looking at all of this, but oh my goodness, this hot cocoa station is so festive and wonderful. This is actually the first time that I've ever done a dedicated hot cocoa bar, so I hope you guys love it. Comment and let me know, do you guys set up a hot cocoa bar? So I'm going to make a 3-tiered stand, and I'm going to use several of the Dollar Tree chargers, and then I'm going to use these little candlesticks. I found these at the Target dollar spot, and I just clipped off the candles on the top. I'm using E6000 glue again and hot glue for temporary, and then the E6000 will help them hold on. Now, these were plastic bases. I actually suggest that you use the Dollar Tree glass candlesticks. They work really well and are really sturdy. I didn't have any on hand and I didn't want to get out on Black Friday to go pick up candle stands, so I just used these plastic ones. It did work, but I wouldn't suggest to put a whole lot of weight on them. I've always wanted a 3-tier stand. I thought this was super fun. I actually originally saw this idea from Bargain Bethany. I love her DIYs. You guys totally go check her out. So I'm adding this is actually going to be the top layer. Make sure you try to get these lined up as good as possible as well. So here it is. I put several of the smaller little Dollar Tree mugs. Now, how adorable are these little mugs? And then I found this candy cane factory sign at the Target dollar spot. Oh my goodness, I thought it'd be so perfect. And I just pop that little cupcake on the top. And here it is how it's looking so far. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take some plastic spoons and then those cute little ornaments that I found again at Hobby Lobby. I think it was $2 after the coupon, and you get so many you can just break apart. And then I'm taking E6000 glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to hot glue them to the top of my spoon. Now, you guys could also probably use a real peppermint if you wanted to, although I do want to just make these for decorative purposes only. I think they are so fun and so festive, and you could use different types of candies as well if you wanted to. But I did several of these because I really wanted to have something to fill my other little gingerbread jar with, because the Hershey Kisses took 2 bags to fill that, just for reference. So here it is popped into my little hot cocoa jars, which I'm going to share with you guys. How fun is this, you guys? This just makes my heart smile because my kiddos love hot cocoa. In fact, we were watching the Polar Express and we were loving that hot cocoa segment. Oh my goodness, comment and let me know. I think Polar Express is definitely my favorite Christmas movie, but what is your favorite Christmas movie? I would love to know so I could check out some other ones. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm taking these little Dollar Tree jars and then I'm taking these gift tags. I found these at the Target dollar spot. They were $1 for 24 and I just cut cut them down to size to fit on the front of the little hot cocoa jar. You guys, if you're in the Target dollar spot, definitely check out their little tags. They have so many fun options to choose from. I could not resist adding a bow to the top of this, and then of course dovetailing my ends. I decided to pop some marshmallows into this one, and how cute is this? Now they do come with lids, which of course I put back on to make sure everything stayed fresh. And then I just put in some Nestle hot cocoa mix. I did buy a large container, so I had enough to fill this jar to share with you guys. You could also put some little packets in there if you wanted to, or even K-cups if you guys do K-cups, whatever suits your fancy. But I think it's going along just perfectly and oh so festive and fun. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to make a little Dollar Tree candy sleigh. I think these make a super fun gift, and since we're going with hot cocoa and goodies, I thought this would be super fun. So I'm just taking some candy canes and I'm taping them to the back of this large little holiday Mike and Ike. All of these candies I found at the Dollar Tree. I do suggest using as many flat candies as you can, but these are the candies that my kiddos love. So I'm just taping them all and I'm kind of stacking them up, and then I'm going to use a ribbon to tie around the entire thing to give it a little bit of added security, but it did seem to hang on there pretty good. So I'm just tying a cute little shoelace bow to the top of this, and then I'm using another tag from the Target dollar spot. I thought these little candy striped ornaments would be so perfect for the hot cocoa bar. I was excited to be able to use them for this DIY and then also for my presents when I wrap my kids' presents. So here it is. How adorable is this? Very inexpensive, a fun DIY you guys do with kids because it just has tape and some candy goodies. So for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make some hot cocoa chocolate covered spoons. So I'm taking some spoons and some of those little praline goodies, and I'm dipping them into this melting chocolate. I found the melting chocolate at Target, and then I'm dipping them into just some crushed up candy canes. So the melting chocolate was great. The one that I found at Target came with a little bowl. So you pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes and melt your chocolate, and then you can dip your spoons in, and then you just dip it into the crushed candy. Now, I am no expert, so please help me out here. What is the secret to keeping it from dripping everywhere but getting enough candy on your spoons? We had a lot of laughs and giggles doing this. I did have my girls help me with this, so it was really fun. So for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys my little favorite hot cocoa recipe. I like to use water. So for this one, I actually ended up using 1 cup of water and then half a cup of half and half. And that's, you could also use heavy whipping cream or milk, but this is what I had on hand. And then a tablespoon of the French vanilla creamer. If you like a little bit of extra creamer taste, you could omit that as well. And then I'm using 1 packet of hot cocoa. I heat mine for about 1:25 in my microwave. And then the best part right here, oh my goodness, is some whipped cream, a cute little candy straw. I found these at Dollar Tree, and then popping a candy cane in just for that extra added bit of goodies. You guys, do you have any secret recipes for hot cocoa? Again, my family is crazy over hot cocoa, as well as my nieces and nephew, and so this hot cocoa bar was so fun to create. Oh my goodness, it just came out so adorable. I am so in love with it, and definitely you guys, I always ask you, comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this episode, and which one will you be recreating? Have you guys seen these little gingerbread candle stands at Dollar Tree? I just grabbed the couple that they had, but I thought they made these really cute DIYs, and I do have one left over I may do something with. But again, I love to hear what you guys think about these DIYs. Let me know which was your favorite and any tips and tricks you may have for me. So for me, I actually love this caramel coffee, and it is by Green Mountain. I believe it's like a caramel swirl something or other. And then I just add half and half to mine because I don't do a whole lot of sugar. So this is going to be my treat. This is what I have every morning when I greet you guys on Instagram. And then I just wanted to give you guys a quick little pop around my kitchen. So I added a garland above my sink, and I added just bows on either side. I changed out my curtains to these pretty little thrift store lace curtains, and then I tied just little bows around that. They have little polka dots on it. I thought it'd be so cute to go along with my Mrs. Claus candy cane inspired kitchen. I tied a little bow to my Mrs. Myers a hand lotion that sits by the sink to keep my hands from drying out during the winter. And then here's my little chandelier, but I just had to give you guys kind of a peek around my kitchen. I am going to be doing a house tour for you guys very soon. Believe it or not, I have not finished decorating, so I want to get it totally perfect and all ready for you guys to see. And then here's my little Hoosier cabinet that I have in the center of my kitchen. And then above my stove, I added a garland, some of those big Dollar Tree bows. This was so easy. I just popped some command strips up, put my garland up, added some Dollar Tree bows, and I felt like it made it feel really, again, like a little bit of a Hallmark movie, Christmas time. I love how they always use a ton of garland and a ton of bows. I even decorated the top of my refrigerator, believe it or not, with some of the DIYs that we did. And on this day, I baked up some banana bread for my kiddos. So here's those Deck the Halls Dollar Tree little towels. Believe in the Magic of Christmas. That was also at the Dollar Tree. You guys, I'm so obsessed with the Dollar Tree. I just think they have the cutest stuff. I found little oven goodies at the Dollar Tree as well. And this banana bread has chocolate chips in it. It does look a little bit toasty, but I think it's the chocolate chips. Anyway, it did taste super duper delicious. And I found a little teapot lamp at a flea market. I know some of you guys have asked me about that. And then here are just some more DIYs that we did. Now the little candy cane ornaments I found at a garage sale in a huge box. So I was blessed beyond measure to find those, but I did share with you guys how to DIY this little candy cane house out of a Halloween Dollar Tree house. And then these are more of those Dollar Tree bows that I added that buffalo check plaid ribbon to. How cute is this? Oh snap, I think that's what that little gingerbread might be saying. How fun are we having in this little Christmas kitchen, dolled up and ready to roll. Now here you're going to see a little bit of some of my collection of Christmas mugs. I find these all at the thrift store or flea markets. The pink ones I did myself. I just took pink paint and painted them and then sealed them with some Mod Podge and glitter. And then the little teapot I found at the Goodwill last year, as well as the angel. And then we did do a DIY for you guys on this little gingerbread garland. This is Dollar Tree supplies, and also burlap fabric.com sent me the base for the banner, so thank you to them. But so much fun crafting and cooking away. And also I would love to hear how your Thanksgiving went. We had a wonderful, beautiful, blessed Thanksgiving. Everybody that was here had a lovely time. We had delicious food, too much, honestly. But it was so nice to spend time with my kids. I just feel like I'm savoring it this year. Again, I know I've told you guys this a million times. My son is a senior this year, as well as his girlfriend, and I'm so close to both of them. And also I wanted to tell you guys that my daughter, Alyssa, turned 13 on Thanksgiving. So it was such a celebration. It was so fun. She had her cousins over and we shopped till we dropped at Black Friday. Just finding all the deals and goodies. You guys know I'm a bargain shopper. So I'd love to hear how your Thanksgiving went. And if you're here and this is your first time here, I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home. I love to do a ton of Dollar Tree DIYs and really share with you guys how to have a boutique, gorgeous home on a budget. And it's not all about the decoration, but I do love to share this with you guys because I know it inspires a lot of you, and a lot of you find joy in my videos. So this is my gift to you, to bring joy to your day. And wherever you're at in your journey, whatever you're going through, I know the holidays can be hard sometimes for people, so I just want to hug your heart and just let you know I love you and I'm thankful that you are here. And for everybody that comes back and loves on me, it's so felt. I'm so thankful truly for this community. You guys just have made my journey here so amazing, and just pump me up and lift me up and pray for me, and I pray for y'all. And so I am just so thankful and blessed to have y'all here. For the first Dolly Tree DIY, I want to make some fun little wreaths for my front porch to kind of drop down in front of my windows. So I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree mini wreaths. The mini wreaths actually come in a 2-pack. And then I'm just taking that Dollar Tree garland and I'm just going to wind it around the wreath. And I did realize that I needed to go ahead and cut it in half to make it a little bit of an easier process. So I'm just winding it in and around the wreath, trying to make sure that the entire wire part of the wreath form is covered, because the Dollar Tree garland is rather sparse, and so I didn't want it to have a bunch of holes showing through. So I got closer to the end of it, and then I just was going to pop a bow on, and so I'm going to use one of these Dollar Tree mini bows, but I did want to go ahead and finish filling it out just in case the bow flops around. I don't want there to be, again, that little hole there. So I went ahead and covered the entire wreath. Now for my bows, I did go ahead and take some extra fabric and make like a little bit of a loopy burlap bow. I shared that with you guys in my last porch decorating video, and so I'll link that down below for you guys. And so I just popped the burlap bow on, and then the Dollar Tree bow, and I accented the Dollar Tree bow with some old plaid ribbon that I had, and then even hot glued some little candy cane ornament pieces to the center. You guys know me, I have to go super extra and over the top. So I did 2 mini wreaths on my window and then a larger one in the center. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how you can make a large impact with just these Dollar Tree bows. I have several of the large Dollar Tree bows and then several of the smaller ones. So here is kind of what my flower beds and front porch look like. You can tell that it just, in the flower beds, there's really nothing going on. Everything has just kind of died. I had to clip back all of my roses, so it's just looking a little bit sad on my front porch, which is fine. It's winter. But I did want to jazz it up for you guys because I am going to be sharing with you guys my Christmas home tour. So here's some of the planters. I believe I had basil in this one, but I went to some of my evergreen trees and I just cut off some clippings. So I'm going to take these clippings and I'm going to clip them down and then pop them in to my little planters. Comment and let me know if you guys do this. I think this is a really fun idea. I know also you guys can get clippings at a Lowe's or a Home Depot as well. So I'm just taking my big clippers and then I'm just going to push them into my flower bed planters. And I kind of push them in and around the little plants that were in there. Sometimes my plants will come back. You can never tell what's going to be going on in my garden. But for now, we're just going to go ahead ahead and jazz this up. And this is totally free, finding stuff in your yard and popping it into a flower pot. Or if you guys have greenery on hand, this is perfect. But I am out of greenery, you guys. I've done so much decorating that I don't have any greenery left. And so this was a perfect option. You guys know I'm totally thrifty. And so I did do several of my planters in this style. You can see over there the girls were raking leaves for me. So then once I had the greenery in the planters, I just went ahead and hot glued these bows to a shish kebab stick, pop them in the planters. And then another fun thing to do is to take some of those Dollar Tree candy canes, add a Dollar Tree giant bow, and it just makes it feel really festive. Honestly, I kind of wanted to make it feel like we were in a Hallmark movie. I know that's super corny, but my daughter and I love watching Hallmark movies, and I noticed that they always use a lot of greenery and bows. So here is my little bike before its little Christmas transformation. I did pop a bunch of greenery into the basket. I added some bows, a couple of little Dollar Tree poinsettias, and there we have it, a very inexpensive kind of over-the-top floral for Christmas without spending hardly any. And then there's that Dollar Tree Santa ho 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 sign. How adorable. Now I will need to spray him with some Never Wet, I believe is what it's called, to get him to stay better through the season. But I think this is just looking so fun and festive, again, on a budget for sure. So for the next DIY, I'm going to go ahead and fill up another one of these planter beds, again with the same greenery. This one I'm going to make a little bit fuller, and I'm going to add some boxwood clippings to, again, just a shrub in my front yard, but I wanted to give it a little bit of dimension. The next thing I did was I took one of the Dollar Tree flag holders from the summertime, and I just took and I added a Dollar Tree sign. And then Mr. Romantic actually reinforced it for me because we do get a lot of wind on our hill with a stake. And so he just drilled a hole through the stake and then ran some wire through it. And then I added, of course, a bow. You guys know me. But here we go. Happy holidays. So this is going to be greeting us when we pop out of our car, and also for all of our guests for the holiday season. I think this is just so happy. And again, it's repurposing some summer goodies to make it into winter goodies. And if you have a stake or a stick laying around that you can pop behind those, if you get a lot of wind, that is also helpful as well. Now the next fun DIY transformation that was very inexpensive was taking some red spray paint and using that to transform my little garden stones leading up to my house. They were just a plain cement color, but I wanted to really give them that holiday sparkle and shine. I thought they looked so adorable. And then for the next DIY, I took a candy cane, a Dollar Tree bow, and some garland, and I wrapped it around my mailbox, and then I wired the candy cane on with some Dollar Tree ornaments, and voila, we have a fabulous mailbox. I also added a bow to the top of that big wreath. Another fun way to jazz up some front porch decor is to take some old pillows and either safety pin or hot glue a tab of ribbon onto them, which I did for these, and then you have a wonderful little holiday pillow and you didn't have to spend any money. Another fun little DIY that I have done is to take some of those Dollar Tree baby blankets and cut some fringe in the fronts of them, and then use that to cover your summer cushions. You guys can see right here I added fringe, and then that kind of razzle dazzled up the front, and it also gave my cat Tinky the most fabulous soft bedding. She loves to sit out there. Those are actually her chairs, and that's her little perch. I also added some candy canes and bows again to some of my planters. Super inexpensive way to really jazz up the front and give your home just a little bit of curb appeal. Another fun thing is to pick up something at your thrift store. I found this little reindeer and I added in some Dollar Tree poinsettias, and voila, we have a fabulous little planter, kind of something you would see in a more high-end boutique store for next to nothing. I think I got the little reindeer for about $2. He has a broken antler at the top, but he was perfect in my opinion. And if you guys take the Dollar Tree poinsettias and kind of cluster them together, you guys can see I've clustered about 3 or 4. It makes them look a little bit more full and not so sparse. So here we are with the front porch jazzed up for the holidays. And I think it is just so fun and festive, and it really is just a happy spot to come home to. I really hope it's given you guys some ideas of how to do some easy, budget-friendly decor. And again, the big garland you see on my front door is from a DIY video that we did. I had, I think, 10 DIYs for your outdoor decor. So definitely go check that out for the garland. I've also DIY'd that snowman wreath if you guys need to check that out. Click on that huge I Love Christmas playlist series. I'm just having so much fun with you guys. I can't wait to share with you my Christmas home tour, as well as more fun and fabulous decor ideas. I love sharing with you guys my little tips and tricks on how to make things happy and fun on a budget. And as always, comment and let me know which was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating. It's not all about the decor for the holidays either. Really, it's about spending time with those that you love and having faith and looking to the future with a happy, positive attitude. So I thank you guys. I love this community. I'm so thankful and blessed to have y'all here. I hope you're enjoying this front porch tour and some easy, fun DIYs, and you guys are getting super inspired. I can't wait to hear which ones you guys love the best. And there's our little home for the holidays sign. That is my theme for my Christmas this year. My son is a senior, and so he's going to be graduating. And so I really feel like home for the holidays is where it's at in my heart. And he even asked me to make him some banana bread to take to a friend's Thanksgiving a gathering, I guess, that they're having tomorrow before our regular Thanksgiving. So of course, absolutely. If you guys love banana bread too, it's one of my favorite things to make. I made it a couple of videos back for you guys. I do want to share with you guys some other fun recipes too in some of the upcoming videos. I do cook for Thanksgiving. We do all the cooking at our house and we host. And so I have some little fun tips and tricks on how to jazz up some DIY stuffing and different things like that. So I hope to get those out to you definitely before Christmas. Hopefully I can get to cooking in the next couple of days. For the first boutique gorgeous bow, we are going to start out with 2 rolls of wired Dollar Tree ribbon, a pair of scissors, a pair of wire cutters, and some Dollar Tree wire. We're going to take both of the Dollar Tree ribbon and we're going to just connect them together, and then I'm going to measure how long I want to make my loops by the length of my arm from my hand to my elbow. And you guys, this is about 12 inches, so give or take however large you want your bow to be. Now I'm going to go nice and slow here, so you're going to take that ribbon and you're going to loop it over on itself. And the ribbon is doubled up, but you could use a single ribbon if you wanted. And then I'm going to go ahead and loop it over on itself again. And I'm just going to continue to loop it over on itself. And I'm going to do that 6 times. So you guys can see this is super easy. You're just going to loop it over on itself and then loop it over on itself and then loop it over on itself. Probably the biggest challenge right here is to keep your ribbon from twirling up on itself. And then I'm going to take in the center and I'm just going to fold it in half to make a crease to find my center. So you just fold it in half to find your crease. You've got your center now. Now this is where you're going to take and you're going to cut a little notch on each side where you found that center. Now you're going to see here, you just want to cut a itty bitty tiny notch. Be very, very careful here. You don't want to cut too much of your ribbon or your bow will fall apart. And it's great to start practicing on bows with Dollar Tree ribbon, because if you do cut too much, you haven't lost a whole super ton of expensive ribbon. Again, this is wired ribbon and that helps your bow be nice and fluffy. So now I'm just going to take some of that Dollar Tree wire and I'm going to cut about 24 inches. I want to make it nice and long because then I can tie it on to a Christmas tree or whatever suits my fancy. So I'm just going to twist tie that wire in the center. So see, you can just see I'm just tying it together and you're just going to kind of twist it several times to make sure it's nice and tight on there. And then this comes the fun part that I absolutely love. I'm going to start fluffing my bow. So I'm just going to begin to pull each loop out. And you can see that I'm kind of twisting the loop as I pull it out. Now you don't have to do that, but that is going to make your bow nice and fluffy. So you can just gently begin to twist out each loop. And you're just going to follow the lines of your ribbon. So it should go, if you use 2 colors, you should go burlap and then red and then burlap and then red and then burlap and red. And you're just going to continue to work with your bow as you go. So it's not going to be perfect when you pull all those loops out. You're going to have to kind of work with it and fluff it around. So you can see I'm just gently pulling out each loop. Now the reason you notch the center part of that ribbon is because that's going to give your wire something to hold on to when you're pulling your loops out. You don't have to notch the ribbon, but sometimes if you pull too hard, that ribbon will pull through. Now I'm going to dovetail my ends for that absolutely perfect boutique gorgeous finish by cutting a little triangle in the end. So you can cut the triangle out or you can just fold it over on itself and then cut upward. Now be careful if you're using sharp scissors, which you guys can see I have my child safety scissors here because I lost my good bow scissors. Heaven knows where they went in all this Christmas decorating. So here it is, all nice and fluffy and boutique gorgeous. Now I did leave a little bit of ribbon for my tail, so I'm going to go ahead and take that ribbon and just pull it out and then find the center. That's where I want to go ahead and just wire my big bow onto. So you can see I'm finding my center. You can even loop it over on itself if you want to, and then you're just going to go ahead and attach it right here with your wire, and it's easy peasy. So you just use that wire and attach it to the back of your bow. Also make sure you dovetail those ends so you have nice pretty ends. And then voila, you have an absolutely fabulous, gorgeous boutique bow. So here we go again. Make sure you get those nice little finished edges. Here's a fun little finishing touch that I like to do. Just take your ribbon and kind of twist it, and it will make little fun curly cute loops, which I think just gives it that fun little finish. You could also leave it straight if you like that. Now I popped this beautiful bow onto a $3 thrift store wreath. and it looks fabulous and gorgeous. This bow looks absolutely over the moon fabulous. It only cost us $2 with that Dollar Tree ribbon. So I encourage you guys to go for it. I have a bunch more bows to share with you guys, especially that big, beautiful, fluffy bow with all of this beautiful ribbon. Now, I grabbed this ribbon on the Black Friday sale at Michael's, and I'm going to start out with the polka dot ribbon. Again, this is wired ribbon, and I'm just going to take and I'm making 12-inch loops. This is the exact same format that we did in the last bow. So you're just going to loop it over on itself. Now, for this one, I want to make sure that there are 3 loops on each side. You can see I'm counting it. So there should be 6 layers of ribbon total. This is what I call my Olivia bow. So for reference point, the Olivia bow is a triple layered bow, and this is the way that I make it. I start with the 12-inch cut, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make my first little bow. I find my center. I'm going to notch it in the center. Again, that's going to give your wire something to hold on to. And then I'm just going to take some wire and I'm going to add some wire, and that's going to begin my first little loop. Now I'm going to go with my second layer, and this is just some red ribbon, again from Michael's craft store. For this loop, I'm making it 14 inches long, and I'm going to make 6 loops here. So it's the same process that we went through with the polka dot ribbon. We're just making it 2 inches longer, and we're just going to continue to loop the ribbon over on itself. Now you choose whatever colors suit your fancy, whatever decor you're going for. I am going to use this for this big, beautiful thrift store tree that I found, and I'm going to use it out in my crafting studio. I want to do a candy cane theme, so I'm super excited about this. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my last set of loops, and this is going to be 16 inches. So I'm taking that candy cane ribbon and I'm looping it over on itself, and I'm just going to continue to do that as I go along. And again, it's going to have 6 loops. So this ribbon is super simple. You're going to do 1 layer of 6 loops of your first ribbon at 12 inches, and then the second layer is going to be 6 loops at 14 inches, and then the third layer is going to be 6 loops at 16 inches. Now I want you guys to comment and let me know, please, do you have any questions about this? I'm so bow challenged, and I came up with this bow after watching so many tutorials, and this was the only one I could figure out how to make layers and loops that looked really, really pretty and over the top, but that wasn't hard for me. So I really hope that you guys try this bow and go for it. I also wanted to let you all know that Michael's has some amazing deals on their ribbons, so definitely use their coupons and watch out for their sales. For this Black Friday ribbon, I got it for about $2 a roll, and it had 75 foot of ribbon on it, so you guys know I go crazy over that. Also look for their after Christmas sales. So now I'm taking all of those ribbon and I'm just layering them on top of each other. The longest loop layer, the candy cane ribbon, is going to be at the bottom, and then the red is in the center, and then the little polka dot is going to be on the top. And so now I'm just making some tails. So I made really long tails for this because it is going to be on my Christmas tree. So it's about 3 feet of tails. But again, you guys do whatever you love and whatever length that you need for your tree. Don't forget to dovetail those ends and make them super nice and extra and fancy. And then I'm just going to find my center. And you guys don't even have to do this many tails, but you guys know I love super fancy and over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the tails to the back of the longest loop of ribbon. So again, this is just an Olivia bow. It's layered on there. Don't be afraid. It's just larger than we normally would make this as far as the length of the ribbon. Again, always please comment and I will do my best to answer all the questions. Now, you want to begin to pull your loops out. Give them a good fluffing. I usually like to pull my loops out from the bottom. So you get those largest ones first, and then as you move towards the top, you can have those larger ones, and then you just need to fluff your ribbon. And you guys know that this is my favorite part, is the ribbon fluffing. And don't be afraid to just continue to work with your ribbon and eyeball it. If you get frustrated, set it down and come back until you get it just how you want it. So here it is after I gave it a wonderful, big, beautiful fluffing. And I actually created 2 of these, and to make that big, gorgeous bow that you guys saw in my profile picture or my thumbnail here, I just attached 2 of these together. So these are just 2 Olivia bows that you're attaching together with the wire. So you had wire that was coming out from each bow, and you'll just take them and twist them together. It's super easy. I cannot wait to see you guys' bows. I know you're going to post them for me on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm so excited to see.
So here is how your big boutique gorgeous bow is going to look after a bit of fluffing. Now you can go ahead and just attach it to your Christmas tree like so. Use the wires that are on there. And what I like to do is attach a bow to one side and then just go ahead and attach your second bow to the other side, and it's going to just make it look so fabulous and so fantastic. And also I would encourage you guys that the secret to a bow is a really, really good fluffing. So just keep fluffing it and playing with it. And again, if you want to fill it out even more, you'll just go ahead and take the bow that you made for the other side. And this is the same bow, and this bow does need a bit of fluffing. So just take this and you can wire it onto the other side of your tree, and then you'll have the most fantastic tree topper.
So I love big bows, and I cannot lie, this Olivia bow is probably by far my favorite combination, with the polka dots and then the red and then the cute little candy cane stripes. So this is the Olivia bow I'm referencing. If I share with you guys how to make one, you'll totally know. So I also want to show you guys this little mat. I believe we got it at Walmart. It was super cheap, but it does help with measurements. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to make another boutique gorgeous bow. This is going to be an Olivia bow with Dollar Tree ribbon. So I'm going to use 3 rolls of Dollar Tree ribbon. This bow will cost you about $3, and I'm starting out making it smaller. So the loops on this one are going to be 10 inches. So I'm starting out with a sparkling sequin ribbon, and I'm going to forewarn you that this ribbon has a ton of fallout. But if you guys love glam and glitter and you want it on the cheap, it's not too bad. You could add some hairspray to it once you're finished making it. But beware, it's going to get stuff everywhere, which for me, Christmas and a little bit of glitter, not too bad. So again, we're going to just find the center of our bow after we've made the little loops, and then make sure always do not cut those loops in too far or your bow will fall apart. So find your center and then cut yourself a piece of little Dollar Tree wire, and then you're going to just go ahead and wire that together. It helps if you kind of pinch that ribbon in so it goes ahead and kind of makes a little bow as you're starting right there. I hope that makes sense. So for the next loop, we're going to do 12-inch loops, and again, you're just going to loop that ribbon over on itself. I believe I was able to get 3 loops on each side, total of 6 for this. And then you're just going to go ahead and find your center. You're going to notch it in the center. Again, very, very careful, teeny tiny notches, like 1/2 inch, not even probably that much less than 1/2 inch, just enough to get your wire something to hang on to. So when you pull those loops out, your ribbon doesn't fall out. And then I'm just going to use this plaid Dollar Tree ribbon, and this is going to be a 14-inch in length. And again, you're going to find your center. Now, I was only able to go over in loops 4 times on this one because this is the larger part of the bow. So I wanted to leave enough to have some tails. So just a little note on that with this Olivia bow for that last one, because the Dollar Tree ribbon is only 9 foot, you're not going to have quite as much. So it's not going to put on quite as big of a show as our last one did. But I will tell you, I was rather pleased with this very sweet little bow. Now, right now, the Dollar Tree Christmas ribbon is very picked over. So this is kind of what I was just able to get. So whatever suits your fancy. Remember, also always use your coupons at your craft stores and watch their sales and ads. And you guys, let's get ready for after Christmas. Save a little bit of tidy bow cash back, because that is the time to buy your ribbon as well. Don't forget to dovetail your ends and just wire this whole bow together. And then we're going to make some tails with our leftover ribbon. I'm just going to dovetail my ends, again cutting that little triangle by folding the ribbon in half and then cutting in an upward direction. Again, always be careful when you're cutting upward. I'm using child safety scissors because I lost my bow scissors. So go ahead and pinch that in the center, and then the wire that you use to make your bow with, you're just going to tie your tails onto. And then voila, you have a very fabulous, gorgeous bow. And you don't have to add tails, mind you. This would be if you were making a wreath or a garland or a Christmas tree. But if you're attaching this maybe to just a present, you may not need all these lovely, luscious little tails. And you could always curl your tails just by twisting the ends of those ribbons, or you can leave them kind of loose and flowing, depending upon what kind of arrangement or garland or tree or whatever suits your fancy that you're going to put this in. But I think that this is one gorgeous Olivia bow. Again, I attached it to that sweet little thrift store wreath, and I think it's beautiful. I almost feel like with the little berries and whatnots, you may not have to add anything more. Of course, I would. I would add a bunch more ribbon and ornaments. But I think this is soft and subtle and really boutique, gorgeous on a budget. Now I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree gold ribbon. I'm going to share with you guys how to make an Olivia bow without notches. So here is just another little timestamp of a DIY ribbon. So when I reference this one, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. So you're going to take that ribbon and just continue to loop it over on itself. I looped it over on itself several loops, and then I'm just going to find the center, and instead of notching it, I'm going to take a piece of sparkling ribbon and I'm just going to tie it in the center. I actually shared with you guys how to do this bow with my bows in my outdoor Christmas decorate with me video. I used a lot of burlap bows and I needed to make a bow really fast. So I guess this would be kind of like an Olivia bow on the fly, you guys. And so then you can just take that little center ribbon that you use to tie the bow together and add your tails if you're wanting to add some tails. I love this method actually for ribbon that I want to reuse. So this is a really great way to be able to repurpose and reuse your ribbon if you don't want to cut in it. And then I just took some of this bling wrap from dazzle.com and I just added that. I'm going to leave a link below. They have these beautiful jewels and you can buy them in a pack and they're about $1.50 each. So definitely check that out if you guys want to make some super fabulous and dazzling gifts. They also have huge rolls of bling wrap, which I think is really wonderful as well. So here is that package and it is gorgeous. Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know that the website is totallydazzle.com. I get it wrong every time. So totallydazzle.com has all this fabulousness. Now, I'm going to share with you guys how to make a shoelace bow. You just tie this bow like you're tying your shoelaces. So you go up with the loop, go in and around the ribbon, and then just pull that other little loop through. I do reference what I call a shoelace bow a lot in my DIYs. This is a quick little finishing bow. I think this is lovely and soft and sweet. You can tie it around a candle. You can do so many lovely things. Always I dovetail my ends to give it that lovely boutique gorgeous finish. And how sweet and simple is this with that Dollar Tree gold sparkling ribbon? I think it looks very elegant and fabulous, and you could even add some bling jewels to the center. And these bows are great to add into your big Olivia bow to finish them off in the center. I do that a lot as well. So for the next DIY, we are going to take some more Michael's ribbon and we are going to make a beautiful bow. And this bow reminds me of my girl Crafts by Caitlin. She has a wonderful DIY crafty channel and she always does a cute little bow kind of like this. So you're just making one loop in the center and then you're tying it off with some of that Dollar Tree wire. And I did double up on this ribbon, but you wouldn't have to do this. I love this bow. I think it's elegant and sweet. I love these farmhouse colors. I did a whole huge, beautiful farmhouse tree in my living room with this buffalo check plaid ribbon, which is super on trend this season and so festive. My family had just requested a really fun traditional Christmas, so I went with this. Now I'm just cutting another tail for the other side, and I'm just going to wire it on the back. There might be an easier way to do this. I probably need to go watch some more bow videos, but you guys, I kind of just always come up with what I feel like makes it work. You could also hot glue that little extra tail on there if you wanted. These are great to add to presents or the top of a picture. You can make the tail a little bit shorter to go over maybe one of those little Dollar Tree cute little pictures that they have. They have so many fun little signs. That's what I was meaning to say. And then I'm going to finish it off by just tying a little bit of the burlap ribbon into the center of this bow. Now this is an extra step, but I did want to conceal the bit of wire that I used to tie the bow with, and so I'm just going to hot glue this pretty little piece of burlap to the center, and voila, we have a very elegant and fabulous rustic chic glam bow. Of course, don't forget to give it a good fluffing and dovetail those beautiful ends, and there we have it. Oh my goodness, I think this bow is so adorable, and I will definitely be doing some on a bunch of the packages. My teenagers really like to get clothes for Christmas, and so I'll be using a lot of shirt boxes for some different clothing items that we picked up during some of those Black Friday sales. So here this one is. This is actually under my Christmas tree, and you can see I added the other Dollar Tree bow off to the left, and then this other Dollar Tree bow to the right, and they even had that cute little bag at Dollar Tree. My goodness, they're killing it. And then there's just a peek at my Christmas tree. You guys are going to have to go back and watch my Christmas home tour. Had so much fun with that one, sharing that with you guys. And again, here is that big, beautiful Olivia bow with all the candy cane goodies. To share a quick recap of some of the videos in my huge I Love Christmas series, we put up my Christmas tree in episode 1. In episode 2, I shared with you guys an amazing Dollar Tree haul, as well as transform some Dollar Tree Halloween and fall items into Christmas items, another haul, and then I shared with you guys how to transform everyday objects into beautiful ornaments. I did a lovely little candy cane DIY series, as well as took 6 different candy cane theme wreaths and shared with you guys also this cute little elf transformation, a wonderful Dollar Tree centerpiece, and then I've also shared with you guys several different glam and pink Christmas ideas. Here was the rustic kind of farmhouse I shared with you guys. Here was the Dollar Tree garland that I shared with you guys, as well as how to decorate this beautiful Christmas tree using Dollar Tree ornaments. I combined everything for you, as well as some other wonderful DIYs I've shared along the way.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is such a true blessing and an honor to have you all here. If you love to craft and decorate it, definitely consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It is totally free. Just click the subscribe button. There's a little bell next to the subscribe button. If you click that, it will update you every time I post a new video so you guys don't miss out. I also have an Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook group page. It's totally free to join over there. Request to join, and you can post pictures of your DIY projects and decor in your home. I love to see what you guys are up to, and that little community over there is so uplifting and inspiring. Y'all are just so kind to me and kind to each other, and I just love it. I also share with you guys behind the scenes of my crazy crafty mama life, as crazy as a crafty mama can be. On my Instagram story, I say good morning to you every morning with a good morning cup of coffee. Pop over there and follow me there, and you guys can just check out what I'm up to over there if you want to. So thank you guys again. I want to give your hearts a big hug. I love you so much. It is, again, a blessing and an honor to have you all here. I think crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul. I know so many of you guys share with me that it just makes you feel so much better to get out your glue guns and your glitter and paint and get to crafting away. So I want to encourage you, keep up the good work and keep trying. It doesn't have to be perfect. Trust me when I say I've had plenty of crafting disasters and I just keep going for it. So thank you guys again. I love you to the moon and back. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. I have a ton of more Dollar Tree DIY and crafty decor projects coming, as well as an after Christmas series. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to one another. I love you guys so much. Until the next video, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.